At the very beginning of this complex journey, our coming together might have seemed like an unexpected, even discordant, note in the grand symphony of our lives. Perhaps our origins were worlds apart, divergent in cultural backgrounds, values, and personal ambitions. There may have been an initial, almost palpable sense that we did not quite belong in each other's realms. Yet, despite these perceived differences, an undeniable pull existed between us, a force that transcended the conventional expectations and boundaries that society often imposes. In the tapestry of your life, rich with the hues of your own cultural heritage, you might have once seen me as an outsider, someone whose very essence deviated from what you were used to. You were perhaps drawn to the familiarity of tangible goals, the pursuit of measurable achievements like accumulating wealth or status. In contrast, my inner world was interwoven with threads of spirituality, an insatiable thirst for wisdom, and a longing to understand the intangible mysteries that lay beyond mere material existence. Still, beyond these apparent contrasts, there was a profound convergence, a serendipitous meeting of hearts and spirits that defied the superficial labels of our origins. As time gently unraveled its tapestry, it became increasingly clear that beneath the surface-level differences lay a shared core of humanity. Your journey, steeped in the pursuit of success and worldly accomplishments, was not so different from my quest for spiritual insight and deeper meaning. Both our pursuits were driven by an intrinsic desire for fulfillment, a yearning to grasp a sense of purpose, even if we approached it via distinct pathways. You found in me a solace that provided an oasis amid life's storms. My presence, my words, and even the quiet aura I carried seemed to offer you a momentary escape, a reprieve from the relentless turmoil that sometimes overwhelmed your spirit. In a life where you had once been accustomed to leading and having others follow, you found yourself irresistibly drawn to a different kind of energy in me. I became not just a companion but a beacon, a steady light guiding you through the unpredictable currents of existence. I offered you a haven, a quiet space where the noise of the world could be set aside, if only for a little while. In that sanctuary of connection, a deep longing emerged, a desire for moments of genuine intimacy and vulnerability. It was as if, in each other's presence, we found an invitation to cast aside the masks we so often wear. Here, in this shared space, the barriers of pretense and guarded facades began to crumble. We discovered the beauty in exposing our true selves, in standing bare and unafraid before one another, bathed in the unfiltered light of truth. You experienced a safety and acceptance in me that allowed you to be seen, truly seen, beyond the confines of words and surface impressions. Even as I evolved and grew, transforming with every new insight and experience, you remained steadfast in your desire for connection. In you, I recognized a mirror reflecting my own soul, a testament to the parallel journeys we had both undertaken, albeit through divergent avenues. It was this mirrored recognition that led you to reach out across the space between us, hoping that I, too, would take a step toward a mutual dance of intertwined souls. In that delicate interplay, all that mattered was the genuine connection between two hearts, a bond delicately woven with threads of love, understanding, and a shared human experience. Yet, as the narrative of our shared lives continued to unfold, I found myself standing at the precipice of a painful closure, a deeply agonizing chapter that demanded reflection. This chapter, marked by trials that tested me physically, emotionally, mentally, and even financially, left me grappling with the need for self-renewal and healing. It became abundantly clear that before I could fully re-engage with the world and with those who held cherished places in my heart, I had to step back and replenish my spirit. For far too long, I allowed the expectations and opinions of others to dictate the course of my existence. Their well-meaning voices, though sometimes laden with misguided advice, had subtly influenced my decisions, clouding my judgment and steering me away from my true self. Now, standing on the threshold of a new beginning, I recognize that those external voices no longer hold dominion over me. I am reclaiming my agency, asserting control over my destiny, and daring to forge a path that remains faithful to my innermost truth. In this transition, amid the chaos, the internal strife, and the inevitable shadows of regret, there persists a lingering sorrow, a tender ache for what might have been. The memories of our past, the way events unfolded between us, continue to weigh on my heart with an intensity that is both heartbreaking and bittersweet. Yet, even in the midst of this sorrow, a spark of hope glimmers, a hope that we can both find closure, that reconciliation is not an impossibility, but a path to a reborn relationship, forged stronger and more enlightened than before. I must confess that over the years, I have harbored deep feelings for you, emotions I once attempted to hide or deny, yet can no longer be suppressed. The profound bond that connects us is an undeniable part of who I am, and I am now prepared to confront these feelings openly and without reservation. My intentions are sincere, my words honest, and I stand ready to honor the truth of our connection, for I believe that honesty is the cornerstone upon which any meaningful relationship is built. In this era of self-discovery and growth, I have turned to a higher power for guidance and solace. With every prayer and every moment of quiet reflection, I have beseeched the universe to grant us both the wisdom and the strength to overcome our differences, to heal the fractures of the past, and to rebuild what once was so beautifully lost. The mere thought of severing the delicate ties that bind us is unbearable. Your kindness, your deep understanding, and your unwavering support have been pillars upon which I have leaned during life's storms. I find myself yearning not just for your presence, but for the assurance and calm that only you can provide. I implore you, from the depths of my heart, not to close the door to what we might still have. Instead, I ask you to open your heart wide, to let me in so that we may navigate this tumultuous journey together. Hand in hand, let us embrace the uncertainty, transforming it into a shared adventure marked by resilience, compassion, and an unyielding commitment to one another. Our dialogue must be unfiltered and sincere, a conversation where the fears, hopes, and dreams that lie dormant within us are given voice. I am confident that through such honest communication, we can bridge the gap that has kept us apart, mend the broken bridges of the past, and step forward into a future illuminated by renewed purpose and clarity. As I stand at the threshold of this transformative chapter, I extend my hand to you with the hope that you will grasp it and join me in exploring the unknown. Let us leave behind the pain and sorrow that once imprisoned our hearts, and instead embrace the promise of a future filled with love, understanding, and endless possibility. I believe that every apology, every act of contrition, is not a sign of weakness but a doorway to redemption, a pathway towards healing the wounds that our own missteps have inflicted upon each other. I offer my sincerest apologies for the prolonged silence that has, at times, characterized our interactions. In those quiet moments when I withheld the fairness and care that you so rightly deserved, the weight of my inaction became an unbearable burden. The stress and internal turmoil that I carried with me only compounded the distance between us. I deeply regret that in my struggle with my own demons, I failed to recognize the significance of your presence and the pivotal role you play in my life. I am truly sorry for this oversight, for it has taught me the hard lesson that love must be nurtured with equal parts of giving and receiving. In reflecting upon our journey together, I am acutely aware of how I may have treated you as an afterthought rather than the cherished partner you are. Your constant support, your resilient strength, and your unfaltering devotion have been the very foundation of our connection. Yet, There were moments when I fell short, when I did not reciprocate the care and commitment that you invested so generously in us. The responsibility that should have been shared was, at times, shouldered by you alone, a silent testament to your enduring strength. I share these reflections not to cast blame, but to offer you a glimpse into the internal chaos that clouded my actions, hoping that by doing so, you might find a measure of understanding and empathy for the struggles I have faced. The weight of my missteps has not only affected our interactions, but has also clouded my every thought, making the simplest tasks of daily life seem insurmountable. I acknowledge that the words I have spoken in moments of frustration were harsh and, at times, hurtful. Words, once spoken, possess an enduring power able to wound deeply and linger far beyond their utterance. It pains me to recognize that in my moments of anger, you bore the brunt of my misdirected emotions. You deserved only the gentlest expressions of love and warmth, yet I faltered in those critical moments. Now, as I stand at this crossroads of reflection, I feel compelled to embark on a journey of redemption, not one that promises an immediate fix, but one that is committed to genuine change and understanding. I yearn for the opportunity to meet with you in honest dialogue, to explain my actions clearly and, more importantly, to listen with an open heart to your experiences and perspectives. Despite the turbulence that has marked our path, I cling to the belief that our bond is resilient. I hold on to the hope that, through patient and sincere communication, we can find common ground and mend the fractures that have grown between us. My invitation to you is one of renewal, a chance to turn a new page and leave behind the shadows of past misunderstandings in favor of a future that is illuminated by forgiveness and mutual respect. So here I stand, on the brink of a new beginning, extending my hand to you with unwavering sincerity. I ask you to join me in this journey toward healing and reconnection. Let us traverse the uncertain terrain together, guided by the gentle light of compassion and the strength of our shared bond. In this endeavor, we do not seek to erase our past, but rather to honor it as a vital part of our growth. Every trial, every sorrow, has led us to this very moment, a moment ripe with the possibility of renewal and the promise of a brighter, more compassionate tomorrow. I wish to pose a heartfelt question, not from a place of expectation, but from a sincere desire to understand. Do you still harbor any lingering resentment toward me? Do echoes of past conflicts continue to resonate within your heart? I fully understand that forgiveness is a delicate and complex process. However, I humbly ask for the opportunity to make amends, to heal the wounds that have accumulated over time, and to move forward together with renewed trust and understanding. Uncertainty may still hover around us like the twilight before dawn, yet amidst it all one unwavering truth remains: you, my dear, continue to be my cherished empress. Even if the crown of our past glories has slipped from my grasp, my reverence for you remains steadfast. I hold on to the hope that one day, you will once again see me as the partner you deserve. Until that day arrives, I stand ready to embark on this path of reconciliation, fueled by the enduring power of our love and the transformative light of forgiveness. May we together navigate this challenging yet hopeful journey, not as fragmented souls, but as two hearts determined to heal and grow. Let our shared past, with all its triumphs and tribulations, serve as a testament to the resilience of our bond, a bond that, despite the odds, continues to defy the limitations imposed by time and circumstance. I extend my hand in earnest, with the fervent hope that you will join me in embracing the promise of a renewed connection, one that is built upon the solid foundation of honesty, understanding, and unwavering love. This is my heartfelt plea and my sincere commitment to you, a commitment to be more present, to listen deeply, and to honor the sacred space that our shared experiences have carved into our lives. Together, let us cast aside the burdens of the past and step confidently into a future where every moment is an opportunity for redemption, every apology a stepping stone toward healing, and every shared silence a prelude to a deeper understanding of one another.